What's going on, guys? Gomes here back again on another MLB The Show 19 Diamond Dynasty video, and today this is going to kind of be a little bit of a follow-up of a video I made a little over a week ago, of course talking about the team Affinities. In the video I made about a week ago, I talked about the way that you guys can get the team Affinities done very fast and for pretty cheap, only about 10 to 15k per team, and usually you can knock out a team Affinity within 2 to 3 hours. That's about how long it has been taking me and how many stubs that it did take me to do them. I have completed quite a few team Affinities myself, so if you guys want to see that full in-depth video, that will be up in the top right hand corner. But of course in this one I do want to talk about basically the best team Affinities that you guys should be going towards and that you guys should really be focusing on, as there definitely are some better than others. There would some that I say is 100% worth the 15,000 stubs maximum and the 3 hours of grinding, and there's some that I would say, maybe push towards the end of the list or just simply do not do them at all. So in this video I'm just going to go over all the ones that I think are worth it. So yeah, let's get right into it. I think I am going to move myself pretty much in the middle so you guys can see the stats. I know my face cam does block that when it is in the bottom left this year, so I am going to do that. Starting with the American League East, if I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys, I really do not see any of these being worthwhile. The Orioles is this Zach Britton, who I do not think is that great. I personally haven't had too much success with him in past years. The Red Sox, this is John Lester, once again at 85 overall lefty starting pitcher. Really not what we're going for, especially, 15k, 3 hours of grinding. Obviously, all of these teams, if you really think about it, are probably worth it technically, because you only have to spend, like 10 to 15k in a couple hours. So realistically, you could do all of them and get them done, but talking about the ones that are worth it the most. David Robinson, once again, I don't really think is so much worth the time. Ben Zobrist is kind of on the fringe. I'm not really too sure. He's great. You can play him anywhere. He's a switch hitter. So he's pretty good. Honestly, I guess I would recommend to do the Tampa Bay Rays. Switch hitters are very good, of course, as you guys know, and they are very valuable to just have a diverse lineup. So, it's hard to get a reliever in the game, because if you have a switch hitter, you can't really pick to an advantage for your reliever. 78, 94 contact, 73, 74 power. Pretty good offensive stats. Of course, contact is definitely more worthwhile than viable than it was last year. 83 fielding and 78 arm strength, 63 speed is definitely good. And once again, he literally can play everywhere but catcher and pitch, so pretty damn versatile, if I do say so myself. Finally, Edwin Encarnacion. I do not recommend to do this because his fielding is not existent. Like, maybe last year this would have passed, not this year. 40 fielding, that's not going to do a damn thing. You guys are going to be sorry if you do this and try to put him out in first base. He's not going to make a single play. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, would not recommend the Blue Jays. But now we're going to get on to the ones that actually I think are really worth it. Ben Zobrist, I would say, is still worth your time and worth the stubs. With the AL Central, the first one I think is the Cleveland Indians. Michael Brantley. This is a team I've already got the grinding done for. All I have to do is just spend the 10 to 15k to get him. 102 in 88 contact is very good. Like I said, contact is a lot better this year. 58, 47 power is not that great, but the contact makes up for that. He is a lefty hitter. You guys know my lineup badly needs diversity, so Michael Brantley is definitely going to be a good lefty bat. 99 maxed out, pretty much vision. He's not the best defensively. 67 fielding, 78 arm strength, but if you do play him in left field, you can kind of hide guys out there, and about 80 arm strength is pretty decent. 71 speed and 78 stealing, so he is pretty good on the base pass as well. A good lefty hitter, a lot of contact, average fielding, but pretty good at base running. I definitely think the Indians is going to be worth your while. One of the pitchers on this list is Brett Saberhagen. He was a monster last year for me. I loved using this Brett Saberhagen. Obviously, you can't spam that changeup so much as you could last year, but still going to be very good. Yeah, 116 stamina, 86 hit 9, 70 K9, 83 walk 9, which is good. He has control. 86 home runs per 9 is very important. That's a pretty decent home runs per 9. It will limit. You guys know home runs per 9 is a very, some might say, overpowered attribute in this game. So I definitely think that is a key attribute for him. And then 120 pitch clutch, 95 velocity on that fastball, down to a 78 on that changeup. Very, Very good differential right there. Going to get a lot of swings and misses and people guessing when you do throw that changeup. And then finally, the Minnesota Twins, we got this Brian Dozier, always a fan favorite. He is very good to hit with. 85, 95 power, really what you look for in Dozier. Some of the best power you will find at second base, along with about 70 speed, about 80 fielding. Does not have a very good arm, but you know, second base you usually don't have to make throws that far, so that really should not be an issue. Contact and vision are a little bit on the low side, but of course when you're getting Dozier, you're getting him for one thing and one thing only, and that is the home runs. So I definitely think Brian Dozier is a guy you guys should be looking out for. On to the American League West, we have two teams. The Mariners is one that I've done, so I can actually speak on this with personal stats. Jay Buhner, you guys can see 92, 104 power, 65, 84 or 86 contact, 50 vision, 82 fielding, 97 arm strength, double diamond hitting and fielding, 42 speed. If you guys want to see my stats, I'm hitting 250 with him with 3 home runs. The thing I will say about Buhner is, you know, I'm personally just struggling a little bit right now, just catching a little bit of a slump, but he definitely has a lot of pop, and I think I'm kind of more so the problem rather than Buhner. And, you know, even if he only hits 250 for you, he has 97 arm strength. That is pretty much maxed out. That is very noticeable. You're going to throw a lot of guys out and make a lot of people second guess whenever you hit it to Jay Buhner. So I definitely think the Mariners is one that you have to do if you have 15K just lying around. Definitely do that. And then the Texas Rangers, another starting pitcher, we have Yu Darvish, who I've had mixed results in the past when I've used flashback Yu Darvish cards. Of course, he always has good hit in K9, usually not the best walk 9, and only 53 home runs per 9, which is a little questionable, but usually you get Darvish for the pitches and his velocities. Of course, 95 on that fastball, dropping 20 miles per hour all the way to that 12-6 curveball, which has a lot of break on it. You know, this is kind of just here or there. If you guys have personally had success with Darvish in the past, I would recommend you go for it. If not, maybe you can pass on that one. For the Atlanta Braves, we have this Fred McGriff, another guy who I think is worth going towards. His defense is not the greatest at 66 fielding, 59 reaction for a first baseman, but it can probably get the job done. Usually fielding is at a premium in that position. Of course, once again, a lefty bat. You guys notice I definitely have bias for left-handers. 91 and 93 splits versus righties, which is great. 72-64 versus lefties, which is all right. You know, once again, this is a pretty solid card. If nothing else, you can platoon him versus righties and then find find a right-hander to platoon against lefties. But overall, a pretty solid card that, once again, pretty much all of these guys are only spending, 2 to 3 hours versus, computer games and 10 to 15K spending for them. So it really is not much of a hit for any of these. But obviously, I'm just picking out the ones that are worth it more so to me. Trey Turner is a guy who I have but have not had a chance to use him yet. A debut is coming soon for him. Obviously, you guys see the one thing that sticks out for sure. 97 speed, 95 stealing, 99 base running aggressiveness. That doesn't really matter. He is a center fielder. He can also play second and shortstop in both all the spots in the outfield. Not the best defensively, 65 fielding, 71 arm. For center field, he's going to have a weak arm, but he's going to make up for that with the ground that he can cover with that speed. Really good contact, 108, 93, 69 pop versus righties, can hit some home runs versus lefties, kind of low at 39. But you guys know contact speed guys, I think are not quite the meta, but they definitely are very good this year. I really would recommend that you guys get the Trey Turner. Obviously, like I said, we'll try him out for myself in a little bit. This is probably my favorite by far, the best team affinity that I have had a chance to do. Jose Reyes, you guys know I have a huge soft spot for Jose Reyes in this game. 78, 99 contact, great. 50, 54 power. You'd be surprised how hard he hits the ball. 90 vision, 82 fielding, 83 arm strength. Diamond defensively, does great defensively. You can play him at second base too, I think, even though it is not a secondary position. Then of course, elite speed, 97 speed, 96 stealing. You guys see I'm hitting 455 with him, a home run. I have a double. I'm doing terrific with him. I really love that Jose Reyes. If you're gonna listen to me on one of these guys and do one team affinity and one team affinity only, Jose Reyes is the guy I would recommend that you guys do. For the Chicago Cubs, we got Kyle Schwarber here. Schwarb bombs, not quite skinny Schwarbs. This is a little bit more portly Schwarbs. But 88, 109 splits versus righties, great. Gonna hit a lot of home runs. 59, 82 versus lefties. He does have power. He will still be able to hit some home runs. You can play him at catcher. Don't know if I'd recommend that. Does not have great defense. Honestly, if you stick him out in left, once again, you'll hear me say that a lot. You can stick him out in left. Usually, you know, you don't have to make his far throw, so that 65 arm strength isn't going to stick out like a sore thumb so much. 55 speed, lefty bat, a lot of pop. Not great defensively, but I know a lot of people love Kyle Schwarber cards because they like his stance. They do well with him. So there you guys go with that one. I believe the only reliever I have on this list is for the Pirates. We have Felipe Vasquez. Of course, at this time, he is Felipe Vero. The reason for this is he's going to be one of the best lefty relievers that you will have on your team for a long time. He throws a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. You guys know how effective that high-end fastball, high-velocity cheese is this year. 104 hit 9, 84 K9, 71 walk 9, which is surprisingly good for somebody with this amount of velocity. 80 home runs per 9 is also pretty solid. He has a fastball, changeup, curveball, and a slider. 96 velo, 96 break. This Felipe Vasquez, like I said, going to be a guy on your bullpen as a lefty for almost the entire year for a lot of people. I know a lot of people like Felipe Vasquez cards. The Rockies is an interesting one because Dante Bichette is awful defensively. 58 fielding. You guys know 58 fielding and 54 reaction. He's going to miss a lot of reactions and a lot of balls that are hit to him just because now they have that system where they're delayed reactions. Left field, maybe you get away with that. This is really touch and go once again. Great offensively. 95, 92 contact, 79, 99 power, 80 vision. Great offensively. Terrible defensively. So really it is up to you if you guys can outweigh, you know, say, okay, this offense is worth more than defense. I can justify you guys getting Bichette. Otherwise, I definitely would make sure to watch out for that. Kind of depends on how you do with him personally. And then my final guy I do want to talk about is Don Sutton right here. I know a lot of people loved this card from last year. I don't know, it might change a little bit because last year off-speed pitching was more the meta. This year, of course, now it still is very effective, but velocity is a lot more important. He only throws 91, maybe 93, topping out at that four-seam fastball. Really good stamina, 115, 96 hit 9, 79 K9, 75 walk 9, 83 home runs per 9. Fastball, sinker, screwball, slider, and a knuckle curveball. Pretty good pitch repertoire. Kind of depends on how you guys did with Sutton last year. I was so-so with him. Sometimes I did really well. Sometimes I got dotted, so it kind of depends on you personally. And that's going to go for pretty much anything that is in MLB The Show or any video game. It kind of depends if you've had prior experience with that card, with that player. That obviously will influence your decision on who to do and who not to do. But like I said, that was about 13, 12, 11, somewhere in their team affinities that I think you guys should definitely go ahead and do. Like I said, if you are only going to do one, I would recommend to do the New York Mets to get Jose Reyes. Once again, top right hand corner, you guys will be able to find that video. 2 to 3 hours, 10 to 15,000 stubs. You guys can get any of these team affinities done. And honestly, I'm going to keep grinding, keep trying to get more of them done. I think I have 3 or 4 of them so far. Gonna keep trying to rack that up. But if you guys do have any more questions, let me know down below in the comment section. Let me know which team affinity you guys are on the jump, on the move to go ahead and knock out first. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys have a great day. And there you guys, I'm out. Yay!